Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. The Blitz Royale, the Fortnite thing, has been on again, and I was going to give it a try once more, just, you know, for a little change, because these are quite stressful battles, because you're playing against everybody else, and it's a shrinking zone in which you can play. Obviously, the special map for this thing, the whole thing extremely favors destroyers. So I figured I'll start out with the Sims because it's tier 7, so let's go. You can pick up a couple of buffs, but being in a destroyer and just not being detected and shot at all the time, it can be a really big help. And so I figured destroyer is the right choice. Now, here we go. Yes, you are in a shrinking zone. If you stay outside that zone, you die. And you can pick up some loot, some buffs, and if you kill an enemy ship, they drop a heal that you can also pick up, plus your original things. So I am kind of considering there are 4 other destroyers. I'm going to pick up that thing over there. I can't remember what it was because that was my first game that I played. I think it was it looked like some form of timer thing, so I figured, oh, maybe this gives me more time for something, but it just reduces the cooldown on your consumables, which is not particularly useful. So generally, after this battle, I tended to avoid that. But you've got a kind of counter up top there that tells you when the zone is shrinking, and you better be in the zone when it's shrinking. So I had a quick look, and it says for carriers it's good, but otherwise not so much. Anyway, there's an Akatsuki. So hey, first order of the day, let's start shooting at the Akatsuki. Unfortunately, he gets that buff over there, so I'm not going to get that. There are stealth buffs. There are maneuverability buffs, and that's all good stuff. Anyway, I'm shooting merrily away at that Akatsuki, and he seems to be just running away from everybody. So, but there's a battleship on my left, so you gotta keep your eyes peeled and not focus too much on one target, because it's everybody against everybody else. Okay, what is that battleship over there? Akatsuki seems to not be interested in fighting me very much. So, given that there's a battleship over there, then we might as well just make our way over there. And a lot of this comes down to tactics at the end of the day, because it's not about who does the most damage, it's about who survives for the longest time. So preserving your health and everything is a good thing. Anyway, not sure who that I'm dropping the Akatsuki here, not the Colorado, because I'm not going to be able to kill the Colorado anyway, and I want that destroyer out of the way, and then I can just disengage and do something else useful. Now, please shoot at that destroyer right next to you, not at me. And Akatsuki has run into my torpedoes. I don't need the heal. I can just leave it there because I don't want to go back. And sit right next to a Colorado. That's not worth it. So we'll just shoot at the Colorado while we're here, and then we did get the first kill, and then we go and pick up a couple more buffs, which I can also use to let my concealment go down again, such that I don't get jumped that easily. So in we go. This is a maneuverability buff, I believe, so that's very good. And the zone is shrinking. Now the zone isn't always shrinking in the same direction. The zone is there's that Colorado again. The zone is shrinking in. Where is he sailing towards the outside? He might be looking to get the buffs. That's actually a very dangerous move in the battleship, because you don't get to turn around quickly enough to get out again once the zone is shrinking. But he's got some time, and not being at the center of the zone in the battleship is generally also not a bad idea. There's a concealment buff. I want that one too. Haven't really spotted anybody else so far. Okay, there is somebody. Who do we have here? No, it's on the other side, Terry. There's a Leon. Okay, but Leon is sailing away from me, so I'm not going to be able to torpedo him. So I'm just going to keep collecting things. There's that. What's that? The Colorado. Oh, there's someone ahead of me. That's a Miyoko. That is bad news. So let's see if we can get the Miyoko dropped before he spots me. and slow down. Can I? No, he spots me. And if the Miyoko has been paying any attention, then he's not going to run into those torpedoes. Even worse, the Miyoko's got torpedoes of his own. Now he seems to be looking the other way. So if I get luck, nah, he's not. He's seen me. So these torpedoes are not going to do an awful lot. I mean, I might be still getting a hit or two in, but yeah, we'll get 1, 2, 3 maybe. Nope, just 2. Okay, I'll take it. It's better than nothing. But this is not somebody I necessarily want to fight. I'd rather much prefer if the battleships were sinking that thing and not me. So, and there comes some torpedoes. Oh, there's something else next to me. Who's now that Miyoko is spotting me, has seen me. So I think it's time for a smoke and try not to get killed by the Miyoko. My torpedoes will come off cooldown, and he has run into an island, so I'm going to drop them there-ish in case. Depends where he goes. But if he goes forward, and then he might be able to avoid those. Let's see. I've still got a bit of smoke left, and yeah, I think he's going to outrun those torpedoes, so no torpedo hits for me. Okay. Miyoko? Can Miyoko be somebody else's problem? I'm just going to go and see if I can get myself those buffs over there, but obviously don't want to give broadside to the Miyoko. We are going to shrink again in a bit, but at this range I'm sort of confident. And I've stopped shooting, so hopefully I can get undetected at some point. Okay, he is still shooting at me, but he is not hitting me particularly well. Okay, now I'm undetected, so now he shouldn't be able to get me that easily. Do have to still be careful. Oh, blind fire, nice blind fire. Do have to be careful with the torpedoes. Now Miyoko obviously knows that I have torpedoes as well, so I'm just dropping them in the general direction, but the zone is now going to shrink towards the north pretty heftily. So we're going to have to move up north. I am a bit low on hit points at this point. That encounter with the Miyoko could have gone better. But back to the armor piercing in case I encounter a destroyer. I'm going to use another heal. And might as well use it. And the Miyoko has found himself somebody else to play with. There's another cruiser up north who is unfortunately in the direction of where I need to go. Because I need to get into that shrinking zone. Because I only got 27 seconds until that happens. So what have we got over there? It's a Brooklyn. Okay. Could be better, could be worse. May be able to get some torpedoes off on him, but I'm going to try and thread the needle here between the Brooklyn and the Miyoko. And I think he is slowing down. Oh, dang it. It's the Akatsuki that spotted me. And I've just dropped my torpedoes. So, yeah, that could have gone better. But I've shot one of his torpedo tubes off. So... And maybe he doesn't have torpedoes ready. He does not seem to have torpedoes ready. But he doesn't also want to use his guns. So that's now a dead Akatsuki, which is a heal for me. And the Brooklyn just seems to be running away from my torpedoes. So I might be safe and getting that heal here. What is left? We've got 1 battleship, 2 cruisers, and 2 destroyers left. I'm unspotted, but I do need to get my butt into the safe zone, because otherwise I will be caught by the... Fortunately, in a destroyer, you're generally fast enough. In a battleship, that's a different story. I would be caught out in the open. Okay, we've spotted the battleship. That's unsurprising, because you always be spotted in the battleship, which is one of the problems on this map, really. And he's found... I think that was the Brooklyn back then. Oh, and I seem to have found the Miyoko. Oh, crap. Brown alert! There comes the shot. Fortunately, he shoots long panic torpedoes and get the heck out of here. And if this is any indication, he's probably going to dodge these torpedoes. But it also means that he has to stop. And at range, he's not as dangerous to me as he is otherwise. So I can get once again undetected. It looks like the battleship. Yeah, the Leon has made short work of the Brooklyn. But I've now got a Miyoko on my tail. Leon, would you mind? I'm spotted again. Is that the Miyoko or is that somebody else? These final moments are extremely stressful because you really got to have your head on the swivel. Okay, might have been the Miyoko. I know that there are 2 destroyers, Miyoko and that, what was it, Leon, over there. There's the Lebrecht Mars and he's full hit points. Oh crap. Could have done without that. Can I avoid fighting him? Okay, safe zone is moving to the east. That's where the Miyoko was. Okay, we'll drop some torpedoes in case he comes around the island. Oh crap, these torpedoes are going to hurt. Can I reverse out of them? Not really. I'm going to take one. I'm going to take the other one. Can't get in between, just not. Okay, so I'm out of heals and I'm down to 3,000 hit points. That means there's the that's a Sims, but he's on really low hit points, so I might be able to kill him with one shot. Those were the Sims torpedoes that were just hitting me, coming from the left field. I did not see coming, obviously. And there's the battleship behind me. I know that there's a full health Leberecht Mars. Okay, there's also the Miyoko is dead by now. Okay, good. So it's just the Leberecht Mars and the Leon. So the trick now is going to be to not die, grab that heal, and then get the Leon and the Leberecht Mars to fight each other. so that I can mop up the winner. And fortunately, I have a better concealment than the Leberecht Mars. Unfortunately, the Leon... why are you still firing armor piercing? Okay, some torpedoes in the general direction of the Leon, and then we're going to get ourselves unspotted. Okay, I need that heal, and I need it now, because I'm on 2,000 hit points, and that Leberecht Mars was on full health, but I am within the safe zone. I'm just going to dip in here, grab that heal. Okay, that's a bit better. And then we'll see what we do with the Leon. Ah, dang it. I might have to use my smoke and try... I don't think I have enough torpedo power to kill this guy. He is flooding right now, but he is healing, I think. Where's that Leberecht Mars? If he can fight the Leon, that would be much appreciated. So I'm going to stay out of detection, if possible, and get back behind the island. I'm within the safe zone. I have no idea where that German destroyer is, and that thing was on full hit points. And definitely not a gunfight I want to take. Leon is heading towards the heel. So I'm trying to gauge where exactly he's going. Okay. But Leon is slowing down, so panic torpedoes. The problem is I now have to smoke because I don't... And the Leon is actually in a full turn. Why is he in a full... Oh, he's found the Leberecht Mars. Okay, he's found the Leberecht Mars. So my torpedoes are going to completely miss, which is really a shame because now I could have killed the Leon. But maybe I don't have to. Maybe the Leberecht Mars can kill him for me. Okay, that's a permafire. Okay, the Leon's probably dead, so let's start shooting the Leberecht Mars, because he's the bigger problem. I don't have any torpedoes ready, and but he's down to half hit points. If the Leon can get another good hit into that thing before he dies. Yes, he kills the Leon, but he's now on almost no hit points, and he's racing for that heal, but I can get him before he dies. And we won, with only 48,000 points of damage done. It's not about who does the most damage or who scores the highest team score. It's about who survives the longest. And sometimes that means not fighting and trying to get the other people to fight each other and just be the last man standing. I mean, look at the Leberecht Mars. He came second with 16,000 points of damage done. He hasn't done an awful lot of damage, but he survived. That's it's a game of survival. So I figured, how about a little bit of a challenge? How about I'll do this again, but in a battleship. And for an additional challenge, I've been bringing the Gneisenau, not the Scharnhorst, the tech tree one. Just to see how far I could get in a battleship. Now, in a battleship, you obviously, first of all, why the Gneisenau, or why a German battleship? Well, because secondaries. You've got plenty of destroyers hanging around there. So unless you bring in something Italian, and I don't have the tier 7 Italian, so Gneisenau it is. I could have brought the Scharnhorst, would have been a good choice as well, but Gneisenau is torpedoes, secondaries, and still decent main guns to deal with enemy battleships. Now there's a very curious choice in here. Someone has brought a Saipan. And my first thought was like, why the heck would you bring a Saipan to this game? I mean, if you get spotted, right, you're in trouble. But then again, there are plenty of islands. But I don't have time to think about this right now. I've got a York. So let's get guns out, secondaries out. York has the same 5.4 kilometers torpedoes that I have. I am in torpedo range of the York. So I'm going to use my first charge of sonar right now. Let's see if we can get this thing killed. I do have to dodge his torpedoes. So see if we can get this thing killed before... and there comes the Saipan. He's obviously spotted. So he knows where everybody is. I couldn't get that buff. There come the torpedoes. Now I'm going to have to dodge those. I didn't have the angles to drop my own torpedoes onto the York, but I should be able to somewhat dodge between these two salvos there. And I've still got... okay, turn the other way. No, don't go forward, backwards. And that's the torpedoes dodged of the York. Now he's got torpedoes on the other side, but he's not in range. And I've also got a Weimar on the other side. Okay, I'm going to worry about that later. But right now I've got York ahead of me, so full ahead. And we do need... one thing you need to do in a battleship is you do need to make kind of sure that you stay in the circle, because you're not the most maneuverable out there. But also make sure that you're not going too far in the circle and you suddenly run into nasty problems. Okay, nice citadel on the York there. First battleship has already gone down. And I am going for that maneuverability bonus. I know there's a Weimar around, but the York is the one who likes to shoot at me. And he's just picked up the better HE focus, which is, since he's in a York, is actually a really relatively decent thing. If he was firing high explosive, but he hasn't found out yet that the York has actually, uncharacteristically for a German battleship, terrible high armor-piercing shells and great high explosive shells. So if he had fired high explosive, that would have been a completely different thing. But he hasn't, and he didn't, so he isn't, and he survives and gets behind the island. So if he's smart, he stays behind that island. He might be dropping torpedoes in my way, so I'm going to have to slow down here. There comes that Saipan again. We don't know where he is, but he obviously can see everybody because of spotting. And there's no team spotting, so that thing's dead. I have taken a little bit of damage, but not an awful lot. But I may as well try to pick up that heal over there, and then grab whatever buffs I can get. Saipan fighter is obviously used for spotting because there's no other carrier in the game. And they keep me detected, but I think I'm only detected for the Saipan. I'm not 100% sure how this works, but otherwise everybody would be seeing everybody else really. So it must be this way, right? I'm still spotted. So there's still somebody out here. And that might well be a destroyer. So I'm going to have, because there's still 3 destroyers in the game. So I might have to be a little bit careful here. Okay, but first of all, I'm going to pick up that heal. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful about torpedoes, because I am spotted, so somebody's obviously spotting me. Now, it could again be that pesky carrier, but it could also be a destroyer. Okay, it's the Weimar. Okay, hello, Mr. Weimar. I can't remember what you have, but you're a light cruiser. So let's and he stops dead in his tracks. So, oh, he's just... What? Oh, he's just taken a... Oh, he's just been torpedoed by a destroyer. So he's been completely... He sunk the destroyer, but he's taken all the torpedoes, and now the Saipan takes out the Weimar. I don't need that heal. There's a battleship behind me, though. That's a Strasbourg. Okay. Now, here's my dilemma. I could go back and fight the Strasbourg, but I don't know where the zone is going to shrink to next. Ideally in a German battleship, and there's also a battleship in front of me. What is that over there? Can't see it yet. Ideally in a German battleship you want to fight at closer range, but if I get too close out there and then the zone shrinks the other direction, things are getting bad. Now I am always thinking of, I would really like to take out that Saipan. I know where he is. He's somewhere in the southwestern corner there. Okay, there's a Black Colorado. He's on lower hit points and he's probably gonna die. So I'm just gonna pick up that heal just so nobody else can get it. And that Strasbourg is going to have to come to me. I don't have to come to him, depending on where and there's a Sinop, depending on where things are going. Now, Sinop has to come my way. So I don't really want to rush towards the Sinop. There's still 2 destroyers out there. Okay, the Storm has just taken out the New Orleans because he hasn't made it into the safe zone. Sinop's on low hit points. I'm on full health. So, okay, Sinop's just picked up the heal. There was not an awful lot I could do about this. And Saipan has just finished off the Strasbourg. Which means there are only 2 destroyers and that Sinop left. And the Saipan, obviously. So I'm going to have to battle it out with that Sinop, which is unfortunate. But I don't want to go to him, because then I'm driving in the wrong direction and I'm going to be hit by the Storm. So I'll try to reduce the Sinop's hit points. Unfortunately, he just picked up the heal. He knows that I have torpedoes, so I'm holding back on that. Okay, is he turning? Is he turning? He's turning, so torpedoes out. And the zone's going to start shrinking, but okay, so we're going to have to turn right. And at this range, fighting a Sinop and a Gneiser now, it's not the greatest prospect, but I do have torpedoes, he does not. So that's obviously going to hurt, but I can't turn the other way. Now, hopefully the Saipan is going to focus on the Sinop and try to finish him off, instead of... Unless he is smart and is trying to weaken me because he knows that I'm going to finish off the Sinop. And I think he is smart. Yes, the Saipan is smart. So I have just damage controlled. The Saipan has seen this, so he knows he can get a permaflood. And he's trying to keep everybody weak rather than keeping one strong. Which is really annoying. I hate it when other people are smart. Okay. At least I'm going to get a heal out of this. And I've still got 2 heals, but they're on cooldown. And now I need to turn. There's still 2 destroyers out there. If one of these destroyers could just kill that Saipan, that would be much appreciated. Because you're the fastest, the stealthiest, and in the best position. All you need to do is check where the fighters are coming from. He's constantly telegraphing his position. I just haven't managed to do anything about it. Now he keeps me spotted, obviously, for himself, so he knows where I am. But I don't know where these 2 destroyers are. Oh, I found them. Okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt. And obviously, once again, a flood, so I'm gonna damage control. Okay, there's the Scorner. Fortunately, it was a Scorner. I can't get my own torpedoes on target, but I can do something. There's a full health Z over there. Okay, so the Saipan is killing the Scorner and is causing another flood. And I just picked up the heal from the Scorner, but now I'm flooding again because of that stupid carrier. And there come the Z torpedoes. So I'm gonna have to full on ahead and get out of there and try to not run into these Z torpedoes, because I should be able to just outlive that permaflood from the Saipan. Like the 3rd one now. Yes, and now the Z is gonna turn. Is he gonna run into my torpedoes? Not sure, but I have got the high explosive loaded now, and now he just dodged my torps, but I can finish him off with the secondaries. The auto secondaries are playing along as well. So that Z is dead, which gives me another heal. Now the problem is there's that stupid Saipan left. And he's coming again with the torpedo bombers. And I've only got 19,000 hit points because my heal is on cooldown. If any of these destroyers had been capable of thinking straight for 2 seconds and had gone after the stupid carrier, that would have... And that's the first strike, and I can't dodge these. He's good in dropping those. There's no way I can dodge these. There's the second strike. Of course, it's a flood again, so of course I have to use my damage control. Now I am on 4,000 hit points. I'm following you see this one. You know where the carrier is. There. I can see him. The planes are launching. He's standing in front of that island. I can blind fire him from here. But none of the destroyers saw it fit to do something about the darn thing. So I'm going to have to do it myself. The problem is I've got 23 seconds until my heal comes off cooldown. And I don't think I can kill that Saipan in the meantime. Okay, there he is. Okay, come on. Guns on target, precise aim up. All fire everything. But he's on full health, obviously, because he's just healed. And the zone is shrinking. It's going to start shrinking. There comes the torpedo drop. I've got 2 seconds. Heal coming off cooldown. I know that I can't dodge. 1 second. Heal up. First torpedo strike, and I'm flooding, and I'm dead. Ah, man, that was a close one. So, well played by that Saipan. Well played. But I think he got super lucky there that none of these destroyers had the common sense to just literally sail up to him and do something about him. Because in a destroyer, you can, especially in a smoke destroyer, you can manage to dodge a torpedo drop. And this Saipan is completely helpless otherwise against you. So well played, and he's done the right thing. Very, very smartly played. And a good win for you there. But that was extremely exciting. And that's when I stopped playing because that was getting too stressful for me. So that was Blitz Royale. And that was my share of Blitz Royale for this year, probably. Because exhausting mode to play. Anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.